But I really just had a couple slides to share with you guys, just to give you some context of Benefit and kind of how we manage the space here of influencer marketing. So, we are a decentralized marketing company. We span over 40 countries. We have over 150 social profiles that we manage worldwide. And, the reason we do that, we're sold in over 50, I think it's 55 countries right now. But the reason we do that is I always go back to our tagline: laughter is the best cosmetic. I don't know how to be funny in China. I don't know how to be funny in Brazil. I don't know how to be funny in all these places. So we need local people who understand their culture, who speak the language, to really bring our brand to life. And we made that choice early on before I joined, the company. So I failed to introduce what I actually do here. So I am the head of marketing communications here at Benefit on the global team. I am based in San Francisco. Our marketing communication teams manages all of our social media strategy. We produce a lot of the content, for our product launch campaigns. We manage our e-commerce infrastructure. I manage PR and influencers and some of our in-store visuals as well. So a pretty holistic team. When you total it all together and you kind of look at it, piece by piece, there's about 50 people that sit on the global side here. You kind of see there kind of some of the major things that we do on the global side. And then on the local side, there's over 100, local marketers, and they are, by and large reporting to their country GMs the way we're organized right now, right? So Laura Demetz is on this call. She heads up Americas. So she has a really talented marketing team that does, a lot of what I would call like the day-to-day of our marketing, right? They're responsible for creating the influencer relationships. They're responsible for managing the social media channels, responsible for managing the retailer relationships. And that's kind of the mix that we have. We think it works really well for us. It's not a command and control sort of model like a lot of our sister maisons within LVMH, where they have a central team and they'll produce a perfume ad with J-Law in it, and everyone just kind of repurposes that. We will produce some stuff here at Global, but we actually count on the creativity of our local markets to really bring everything to life. Just some of the examples of what this is, this kind of decentralized strategy. I always like to bring up our Middle East team, when I'm talking about why this is really important. So they make these amazing campaigns for Ramadan every year, right? And I'm muting this. You can go to their YouTube channel to hear it, but basically you probably wouldn't understand it. It's all in Arabic, it's all with local influencers. The people that are in it, Noor Stars, you saw her flash there really quickly, but we would never be able to make all these relationships with all these people from a global standpoint if we didn't have our marketers on the ground. And this has allowed us, I think, as a brand to really go much quicker, with our earned program worldwide than, having to manage it either regionally or managing it globally. Because managing the time zones between these people, speaking the local language, taking them out, to coffees and drinks and events, it's super, super, super important. Another good example here, this is from a way long time ago. Susan will laugh at what we're trying to sell here, but this is basically a lipstick. But this is an example from Australia where we, hired the Herbert twins here, to partner with a local retailer, Princess Polly, and they did a bus tour around. And it's just, as a global team, we really feel like it's our local markets that really are the lifeblood of the brand and really kind of bring this all to life. I'm seeing things in chat, so if you guys have questions, just let me know. But this is probably the last slide I'll share with you guys, and before we kind of move on. But really, the number one metric we use from an earned influencer approach is share of voice. And quite simply, how much are we being mentioned versus our competitive set? And the example that I'm showing you here is for our focus on browse, right? So, browse, if you don't know Benefit, it's our biggest, makeup category that we try to dominate in. And we have been trying since 2017 to basically own 50% of the market in total sales. And we think, actually, our efforts in terms of getting the over 50% share of voice has been contributing to that. So what you see here is that solid pink line is our brow share of voice. So basically, we're using Tribe, we're using other listening platforms for China, we're using a bunch of platforms to basically estimate whenever anyone is talking about brow products, are they talking about Benefits brow products or a competitor's brows products? And then we total that up in terms of, how much we think they've reached, and we compare ourselves against our competitive set. And what we want to do is we want to beat everyone, right? We want to get over 50%, of the entire competition. We were able to do that back in Q2 of last year. And then you see that dotted line is actually our sales growth, during that time. So there's correlation that we see, between that, and the black line is kind of our competitive share voice. And the example I always like to share with people in terms of how like this is not theoretical is Google search, right? So when you search for how to do my brows, if you search in Google right now, you're going to get probably a bunch of product listing ads, and the first video you're going to get is this woman named Denislava, who is an influencer from Greece. And in that video, she is talking about how to do her brows, and she is talking about Benefit all the time, right? She was one of our launch partners. She compares our products versus competitive products, and you see Benefit featured throughout. So from a consumer standpoint, this is a really easy example, that I always like to share with people, because when you're entering the category for the first time, you want to be the brand that most people are talking about. You want to be the brand, that is most recommended. It's the same as, going to a retailer website and seeing, having the most reviews, of any other makeup product. If you have the most reviews, chances are people are at least going to consider you as a brand coming into the category. So that's why we did it. I think it's an enduring sort of advantage to be in that number one position as a brand. And that's why we have invested so much in our earn strategy and, with Connor and his Tribe team so much through these years.